Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Xr3i Cabriolet. Finally going to do a little bit of work on it. Might be a slight change in plan where this goes, but what we're going to attempt to do now is to try and put some of this back together. Obviously we've got panels off, etc. And here, obviously, last time we left it we did the welding on this bit here. Well, we've got this little bit to weld here, and then obviously we've got all this to rub down, and this bit can be sprayed, and then we can get the door back on. So, and obviously you can start putting vents and things back together in here, because you need to get access to these vents to get to the hinges in here to get the doors off. So we've got all that to put back in, and then get the seat back in, glove box, etc. So yeah, the main goal is to try and get this sort of back together as such. Now I've got my box of parts here what I took off. I've got a replacement rocker cover to put on. This is obviously a bit skanky. I've got another one sprayed it up. It was used. I did use VHT paint. Ideally, it wants powder coating, but at the time didn't have facilities. It were in lockdown, so there you go. But just got all this to sort out, try and put that back together, and yeah, see how we get on. I think I've shown this before in a previous video, what I do with my bolts and stuff, but obviously this is literally all the bolts taken off the car, and we've labelled them all up so we know what's where. So obviously the downside is you've got to sit and go through it all and find out the right bag you want and stuff. Bits like this, obviously these are the plates that go on here and here, so they've got to be pop riveted back on. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. And what I did is, when I was taking it to bits, I took a load of images that are on a laptop, so if I get stuck and I need to know where things are or roughly how things go, I can pull up an image and show it. So yeah, top tip. And I also did this because on this side of the car, obviously where we did the repair on the wing, I took the Xr3i sticker off, which you can see on that side. And obviously what I did is I measured everything up where it came from, so when it goes back on, it'll go back on in the right place. And I have got a set of stickers to go back on. Right, great difficulty. A lot of it's because I can't remember what we did, how we took it off, but got headlights in. Got this replacement rocker cover to change over for this one. Obviously it's got a new gasket on it as well. Not going to put an old gasket back on it. I've got some new bolts, some of these new bolts as well, so we'll change all of them over. If you're wondering why there's a laptop on car, that's the reference point we've got when we can't remember how to do things. We've got images that we took, loads of images we took, so you can refer back to it. But yeah, slowly but surely. Right, a little bit more progress. Now this is the replacement bumper, and in a few moments I'll drop an image of the reason why I've got a replacement bumper. But yeah, obviously a different colour. Yes, why am I sticking it on? Well, I want to get the car back together. So it's only held on by a bolt either side. It should take two, but I've only got one because the other one is quite hard to get access to. Just inside here, right down there, and the same on this side. So I'll just put one in for time being, and obviously when I start sorting things out, we'll get the second one on. But just in the process of putting these spotlight brackets on. Now this is a right royal pain in the bottom, for the simple reason is the bracket actually comes through this part of the bumper, and obviously you have to have the bumper on to put that through, but then you've got a bolt to put on. Get in there, let's see if we can see, right down there, you've got a nut to put on the end of that, which is an absolute nightmare, but we'll carry on, persevere. Basically this is how it goes on. It goes through here and then obviously hooks in place there, and then obviously spotlight goes on the front. So a little bit of swearing, a little bit of time, but we'll get there. Don't know if we showed you last time, but obviously rockers on. We've just got this header tank to attach at the top there. You see that hole, that's where it screws in there. And then bonnet, we'll put bonnet back on and see how we get on. Right, coming along nicely. Front end's on, as I say. It's just one bolt either side holding bumper on, because it's going to have to come off at some point again, so it's pointless putting both on. Brackets for spotlights are in. Spotlights are all on and done, dusted. We're just in process of putting wheel arch liners back in. So we've got our wheel arch liner back in there. Put wheel back on. And repeat the process other side. Bonnet props on. We'll be able to put the bonnet back on in a bit. I've just got to find my battery holder. Obviously you can see the screw hole down there, or there, I can't remember which one it is, but one of them two holds the battery on. I think it's in house, so yeah, pop that on. And then apart from this big gaping hole in the door, it's watertight so far. So yeah, just that bit to do next, which we'll, once we've got this bit on, we'll crack on with that. Alright, as you can see guys, got the bonnet on. So earlier we put the bonnet prop on, so now I've got the bonnet on. We can't shut it fully yet, for the simple reason of these things on either side. They need screwing down a bit more, and as much as I'd like to say I've got the grip strength, I do need a bit of a spanner on them to get them down, so I ain't got one quite big enough. So Dave has, he's going to bring one down with him when he next comes. But yeah, got the bonnet lights that are reconditioned. That's on. The only thing that's really left to do on this is the ID plates that need to go on here and here, and then the stickers. You can get by sets of stickers second hand off eBay, which is where I got mine, and they're the ones where you've got all these stickers and then you've got the factory. It's just like having factory stickers back on. So I've got the battery clamp to put on. There is one here. I'll just turn this light on so you can see a bit better. This battery clamp here, that's one of them, but it is a little bit skanky. And I've got one inside the house as well, so I've got another one which is a little bit better condition than that one, so I'll probably put that one on. Just got this tank to put back up there, and then last but not least, been bugging the hell out of us. We were wondering what this was for. It stumped us until we put the bonnet back on. Put the bonnet back on, we had this wire, this hose, and we were sat there and we were thinking, well, that goes down to wash your tank, and that's what that's for. It's for the washer jet motor. So the work we've just done on putting the wheel arch line on, we've now got the tape back off, to loosen the bottle and put the wire and the hose through, connect that up. Once that's done, and once we've got these back down, you have to put the bonnet down. Jobs are good in here. Them little couple of bits. Apart from obviously a quick clean, we'll blow it out with arrows and then get a clean once we get around to cleaning it. So I'll just put the bonnet down for a sec. So as you can see, it's all on. Now I'm going to probably end this video here because there is going to be another one on this, putting it kind of back together, which we've got the this bit of welding to do, and then this door aperture to spray up, and we've got all the interior bits to put in, so all the vents and whatnot all put back together, get the door back on, make it watertight, and then we'll be able to take it out and then give it all a good clean. And then the reason why we're doing all this, it's going up for sale. Made the decision to pass this on to somebody else that's probably going to do something with it, get something out of it. It's been, well, start of lockdown, so 2019, nearly almost, well, 3 years almost since I started taking this apart. It was a lovely car before lockdown, and then I decided to take this bumper off to rub down a bit of rust, and I opened Pandora's box. But the good thing is that whoever gets it will be kind of at ease, because obviously I've got picture evidence and what have you of doing all this. So all inside wings, inner wings, front panel, bottom of this wing, and obviously this side of this door sill is all done and welded up, so there's nothing to do. So whoever gets it, it's probably got the other side to do on the door, and then obviously a full respray. And that obviously will be reflecting the price, but they're still holding good price, these cars. And then obviously in getting rid of this, it then gives me the garage back to do something with. Did all this, it was just a temporary thing. But obviously coming from winter, trying to do work on cars, we had a garage, but we couldn't get this out into rain and snow that we've been having, so it just makes a bit of sense to put this to good use for Carport Autos. And there'll be another reason which I will elaborate in another video, probably the next one of this. That's when I'll probably get confirmation on something that I'll be able to let everybody know about. But yeah, like I say, I'll end this one here. If you do like these videos, please do consider subscribing. We'd like to get to 500 subscribers by, well, some point this year, probably mid-year. I think we can set ourselves in June time. We're getting close to that, and we're hovering about the 375 mark. So let people know about it, share it, tell them about us, try and get them to subscribe, and smash that thumbs up and give us some likes so it can help with the algorithm and YouTube in putting this video out there to a further audience. So yeah, we'll leave that one here, and we'll see you on the next one.